I got a joke for you, actually.
What?
It's actually a pretty good one. So I was staying up all night thinking about a few things,
Well,
and then it dawned on me.
what? Oh, I get it. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the second.
Second, yeah, we made it.
We made it. The second episode of the Inseparable Brothers. Truth be told, we actually didn't know the intro.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that out, and that's all right.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Mate, how's school going?
It's all right. Starting to teachers are starting to tell me all the assignments, and I got a lot of homework. But yeah, other than that, it's all right. How's work?
It's work, mate.
Yep.
For those out there, we're filming on the Thursday and tomorrow's Friday, so that's awesome.
Well, that is awesome.
That is
yes.
awesome.
But yeah, what are you doing this weekend? Like,
I have to work on Saturday.
have to work.
Wait, change the mind frame. I get to work on Saturday.
Absolutely. Well, I get to go to the beach. So, yeah. So,
Bevan, talk to us about this episode's topic. It was teased at the ending of the last one.
yeah. So, we're talking about fear. And how it's a big role in everyone's life, and just basically how to deal with fear, how to recognize fear, how to
What is fear?
Yeah, exactly. What is fear? Just outlining the important questions to this topic, really.
And then it's funny actually because I'll read you the definition I found on Google, and I think you'll really like this because I didn't look at it this way. So, are you ready? This is a raw reaction too, so this is going to go well.
All right.
Hopefully. All right. So I searched what is fear, and then this is what I came back with. An unpleasant feel or feeling triggered by the perception of danger, real or imagined.
Damn.
I really liked the imagined part.
Yeah.
I think that was really big because obviously there's real threats out there. 100%.
Yeah.
You know, all the fun stuff in life, obviously. But imagine was big.
Yeah.
When I read that part, I was like, wow, I didn't expect that.
Because fear's really broad, you know, like you can just be scared of heights and just all the typical fear, of just your safety, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But then there's
Was fear of failure?
there's
Fear of losing a game?
rejection,
Fear of losing your job?
yeah,
Your house? There's other big fears like that too. You know?
yeah.
But coming to that, what is fear to you?
Ooh,
How about this? Because it's obviously such a big question.
Yeah.
What is fear to you right now? Think about school, all those type of things.
definitely fear of not doing well or even just reaching my potential. Just simple fear of failing, fear of rejection, even just the fear of asking for help.
Yeah, really.
I find even just putting my hand up sometimes can be unnerving. I'm just fear of getting embarrassed.
Yeah,
and
fear of
all
judgment.
that
That's a
stuff.
big one too.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you feel, especially for your age group? Because when I went to school, I had probably the exact same fears as you, and they suck.
Yeah.
What do you think are some big reasons why you feel that way?
I think it's just because I think it's just because of just experience, I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't put myself out there a lot to ask those questions, to get those solutions, to even just understand how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Because fear's just such a broad thing. That's what I was trying to talk about. So yeah, it's,
Well, Bevan, another shocking revelation for you, just like the quote.
let's hear it.
So you know what all of those have in common? Fear of failure.
Mm.
Fear of failure. Why do you think that's such a big role, like nowadays with people, I suppose, both our ages? The fear of failure.
I think it's just like an expectation thing.
Mm.
You know, just like friends, family, um, like even society really, like, like, especially with my age group, I find, you know, you go to school, you go to uni, you get a job, like it's this basic structure, this expectation, and I have really high expectations for myself. I like to set really high goals, but sometimes it's just not realistic. And then the closer I get to like coming to terms with that,
Yeah.
I get scared. I I get fearful of
Well,
failure
did you
or
hear
that.
that? You just said fearful. It's powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It
I
really
think
is.
giving you a little bit of insight.
Yeah.
Oh, we are like we just hit words back to each other.
Yeah.
We're branding actually. Believe it. Well, yeah. Look, when I was your age, 100%, that was the biggest fear. You know, all those fears that you just said, I definitely felt them. I would argue everybody's felt them. You know, if you're human, you've
all
definitely
in the
felt
same
them.
boat.
Yeah, 100%. Looking back at it now, you know, if I was in your shoes, I think the biggest thing is who gives a shit. You know what I mean? I know it's so easy to say, but you know, I'll give you a few examples. Like, you know, I was exactly like you. I was afraid to put my hand up in class and get judged. And I started having this kind of conversation with myself when I was similar your age and I wanted to do well in HSC. I go, am I going to let my fear and judgment of others stop me from getting the best mark possible?
Yeah.
Right? Because at the moment, like, by you asking that question, you know, that's going to solidify in your mind that you have that answer and you could carry that answer into the HSC or your exams, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to let people's judgment of you stopping you from getting that best mark,
No.
right?
You know,
And then same as, I suppose, I think a big thing, especially when I was your age, is you want to be with the crowd, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you want to be part of the tribe. And I think the fear of sticking out and showing people that you're passionate about things, especially your age, is big.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
100%. Like even just like like FOMO, like the fear
Yeah.
of missing out. Like I sometimes I will force myself to go to school even though I don't want to, because I'm scared I'm going to miss something out.
Wow, can you imagine that, missing something out of school? You know, there's
Yeah.
times where like you like take a sick day off and it's like there's like three
Yeah,
fights that broke out, a celebrity came.
legit. But yeah, no, like I'm just scared that I'm gonna miss like content that I really need. You know what I mean? Because I remember sitting in class and getting like pretty much like hints from the teacher like what's gonna be in the exam and stuff like that. And obviously there were people who weren't there, and I just felt like, oh, what happens if I was in their shoes? Like I just missed that.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one way of looking at it. But like, let's think about some of our like listeners here. What do you reckon some strategies? Let's go for your age group first, and then we can wander over to the oldies.
Yeah, yeah.
Like me. What are some really good strategies? Let's go school first.
Yep.
That you reckon they could do right now to kind of push them to do the best in school. Let's just focus on school for a second.
I reckon just one, recognizing if you're up, like, you're scared, you're anxious, like just being aware. Like I used to, in class, if I was ever like anxious or like, just nervous or whatever, cause we all go through things, points in our life. And, when I would feel those emotions, I would literally just grab a little sticky note and I'd write how I'm feeling. And then I just scrunch it up, tear it up, throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
And like, I know that sounds like, oh, what? But it actually helps a lot.
Because I feel like, especially fear, and coming back to like when I was your age, and I feel like a lot of people overthink as well.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, imagine we're sitting in class and it goes, oh, I know the answer, but I don't want to put my hand up. Oh, if I put my hand up, then everyone's going to think I'm an idiot. Well, if everyone thinks I'm an idiot, then no one's going to like me at school. Well, no one likes me at school. I'm not going to be a friend. Can you see how it's just this snowballing
Yeah.
effect and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse? You know what I say to that is to catch yourself. So when you feel that snowballing effect, just go, stop. Is any of this happened? And the reality is no, because you haven't even put your hand up, right?
Exactly.
And then the second question you should ask yourself is, who cares?
Honestly.
Have you ever sat in class and the guys girls put their hand up and you're going, oh, they got it wrong, you know, what fucking idiot. Have you ever had that?
I've thought it, yeah.
Yeah, you've thought it, but you've never like yelled out,
yeah.
hey, you're an idiot.
No. I mean, some people I might want to, but no, like, and then what? 10 minutes later, I forget.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. Like,
Exactly.
no one cares.
And you know what? Who cares? You put your hand up, you get the answer wrong. Like,
You laugh it off.
you got it wrong. Who
Yeah,
cares?
Exactly. Like,
You've learned that you've got it wrong, and like, hopefully the teacher will correct you.
exactly.
And now you've learnt from failure. So coming back to
Absolutely.
that fear of failure, 100%. I think that's really, really big. But when I was at uni, especially in lecture theatres,
That sounds
holy shit, yeah.
That,
You know, you go from classroom of, like 30 people
yeah.
to like 100, 200.
Yeah.
That becomes big.
I've sat in one, like when I was looking into unis,
Mm.
and I just remembered sitting there, and they gave a whole lecture,
Yeah.
and I was just like, damn, that's really confronting.
Yeah, 100%. It is. It is. So imagine how many times that, let's just say that professor, tutor, lecturer has gotten up there, to do that lecture. How many times do you reckon they've done it? I reckon they've done it 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
And how many times do you reckon they've been scared or had any sort of fear?
Probably 1,000 times.
Probably 1,000. I reckon every time they hop up there, even though they know it like the back of their hand, I reckon they're still scared,
Yeah.
right? But through their fear, they still prevail. Because I feel that it's, you know, yeah, they're scared of failing, but I feel that deep down they know they've failed. And there's probably been lectures that they've made a fool of themselves.
Yeah.
But they've learned from that. They've learned how to do better.
Exactly.
And I think the biggest thing is in an education setting,
Yeah.
don't take the failure or the fear of failure as I can't do it. Because right now, let's just say we go back to the classroom example, right? I ask you a question, let's just pretend I'm the teacher, and you go, oh, I can't do it, I don't want to do it, I don't know it. Instead of saying I can't, say how can I do it?
Exactly.
How can I get over the fear? You know, how can I try to be better? Because if you say I can't do it,
Yeah.
your brain just goes, okay, I can't do it, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. And like noticing that and catching yourself on it is extremely important. Like you were saying, like I noticed, 5 minutes ago, you caught yourself when you were like, I get to go to work.
Yeah.
Just like that simple change in vocabulary can go a long way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
And
yeah.
you know what? Like, you've backed it 100%. Because right now, let's just say, I want you to say this too. This is an exercise actually. This is big. Say,
Ooh,
I don't know how to study. Right.
I don't know how to study.
Right now, I bet in your mind it's like, I don't know how to study. Now I want you to say, how can I study?
How can I study?
So right now, in my mind, when I said that, I thought pen, paper, textbook. So now I've opened up possibilities, right?
Yeah. In my head, I was thinking flashcards.
See,
Notes,
it's big,
like-
right? So little adages like that can help you come over that fear. You know, how can I get over that fear? Man, this is big.
I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it's big, eh?
That is actually
Insightful brothers.
yeah, but no, like that's awesome.
We'll probably have to do like a 10-parter for this, I reckon. There's so
Yeah,
many
'cause
things in life.
it's so
many.
broad.
I think there's a good thing that we should go over to is relationships.
Yeah,
Because I feel like, obviously, relationships, girlfriends, boyfriends, but, you know, parents, you know, your teammates,
100%.
things like that. What is a big fear in, like, relationships with friends, going to parties? What's a big fear you feel like is pretty prevalent?
Ooh, well, I feel like with a lot of people, especially my age group, fear of just like disappointing, so for example, if I'm playing a game with my mates and there's an open goal and I miss it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always going to have that in the back of my head, and it will play into my next game and my next game and my next game, and
Yeah.
it will just always sit there unless you like actually tell yourself, you know what? How can I improve on this?
Yeah.
How can I approach this?
Because then the fear
How
of
am I
failure
feeling? You know,
becomes less.
exactly.
And then you start welcoming
becomes
failure, right?
becomes a lesson.
Man, no one knew this, but we like failed the first 2-3
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
We like watched it and we were like, this was shit.
Absolutely.
And even the top one we watched, also the most recent one, we were like, that was so much better,
Yeah.
right?
And then,
I don't know about you, but I was shitting my pants.
I was too.
I was like, everyone's gonna make a fool of me. I'm an idiot.
If you look at the footage, you could tell like
Everyone was shaky.
shaky. My legs are shaking and all that.
That was a bit of an adage. Coming back to relationships, I think the biggest thing is fear of rejection. Like
Yes.
asking a girl to dance or like asking a guy out, right? Because Valentine's Day just happened around the corner,
Yeah,
right? So how many people do you reckon got rejected in Valentine's asking someone?
a lot.
How, like, they're probably looking for a get me up right now. What can
Yeah.
you say to them right now?
Just keep doing you. You'll find the one.
You do you, King.
Yeah, exactly. Head up.
Head up, chin up. No, because I think fear of rejection's big,
Yeah.
and we'll keep it on relationships, but because there's also like job interviews and stuff like that. But let's just keep on relationships at the moment. Again, coming back to that, what's one thing you would say, or let's actually better yet, what's one thing that helps you get over the fear of rejection when you go to ask somebody at a party to, for a dance or something like that?
I just go like, you know what? Like I'll go up and just absolute confidence. Like
How do you get that confidence?
you have good
People need to know.
just
They're
honestly,
lingering on every word.
honestly, just like have a good group of mates. If you don't know anyone at the party, like, that's okay because no one knows you.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Who cares?
who cares? Exactly, who cares? And I think I remember you said this to me, but it's like put yourself in their shoes too. They're
Yeah.
probably feeling the exact same way you are.
Yeah.
Like, and for myself or like someone else who's my age to go up to someone they like or they want to dance or meet a new friend or something, and they're probably feeling the same way.
Yeah.
Like,
I
and
think-
even if you did get rejected, I bet you they'll go to their friends and go, oh, this guy came to me and asked me to dance, and it's like,
Just that's important. But like,
exactly.
even though you failed, you could go back and go, oh, like, I'm such an idiot. Why did I do that? And just throw your head in the hands and just go, oh, this sucked. And shout out to James Smith, How to Be Confident. Great book. Must read. Could you take it as a win?
Yeah.
She rejected me, but you know what? I had the courage to go up and ask her.
Exactly.
That's a win, right? That's a big win. You failed. Who cares? But you've taken that failure and you've turned it into a win. Mindset.
Literally mindset.
Yeah. Because I see it a lot, when I like go to the club. You wouldn't know what that's like, Bevan. I see it when you go to the club, also house parties in my age. And in my age, a lot of people don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, they've got work, like most people working full time, they've got stuff to deal with,
But would you say that's harder for people your age?
For sure.
Because with people my age, like, we got a lot of free time.
Yeah.
So just, calling that person, texting that person, like, it's a lot easier. But I feel like for your age group, for someone who's working full time and then getting home, like, they might not want to get to know this person.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't really speak on how people, when they feel when they get home, but in a public setting, I see it all the time. I see, like, blokes go up to girls or vice versa, girls go up to guys.
Yeah.
And, like, when you get older, I just think you don't care.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think the biggest thing is from experience, is coming back to that someone said no to them. If you're telling me right now, if you've gone up to someone and they've never said no to you, you're full of shit.
Exactly.
That is bullshit.
Exactly. I hear, like, a lot of people say that.
Unless you're Dua Lipa, I don't want to hear it.
Exactly. Yeah, for real.
But seriously, like, I think everyone's been said no to.
Yeah.
If everyone said no to, then everyone understands.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's having like that mindset or coming back to again, like just being like yourself.
Yeah.
Just being humble, like, you know, um, like obviously there's people my age who get a lot of attention from, girls or guys or whatever, and sometimes they let that change them.
Yeah.
And they then have this mindset that it's like, oh, I can get anyone I want. And then when they do find that person,
Yeah.
it's like that can get jeopardized because it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and then, yeah, like coming back to that fear of rejection, them saying no. What if they say yes?
Yeah, exactly.
You would never know because you're too fearful of
Yeah.
them just saying no. Because I bet you when you like see a girl or a guy sees another guy, or I reckon all in their mind is they're just going to say no. They're just going to say no. I bet you they've never thought in their mind once going, what if they say yes?
Like, all it takes is like 30 seconds
Yeah.
of absolute courage.
Yeah.
That is it.
And I think getting that courage is, it was funny when I was reading James Smith's book, he's not a big believer in the 3, 2, 1, just do it.
Yeah.
Because he says, true confidence should be mustered just from repetitively fear of failure, just keep trying and over, you will build that confidence.
Yeah.
100%. But I think it was, it was an Adam Sandler movie. I think it was like Grown Ups 2. He did it all it takes is 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I do believe that. I think that is a big thing. But you know what? Like, it's a step.
Yeah.
Even if you had to use I'm just going to 3, 2, 1, go. That's still you trying. It is a little bit of like false, I suppose. It's a tool. It's a false tool. But you can take away from that. You can go, you know what? I did use the 3, 2, 1 method, but you know what? I still did it.
Yeah.
That's still a win.
Exactly. It is.
I might have failed. It doesn't matter, but it's still a win, which is big. Well, relationships is a big one too. We're going to need a part 12.
Yeah, honest. It's
You
such
can clearly tell we have planned this so well.
Yeah.
The whole 10 minutes before the podcast. I think a good topic as well. I think a last topic as well. What do you think's a really good topic that we could cover that most of our audience, our whole 8 listeners, could go, yeah, I really needed to hear that?
Ooh, probably
What's a good topic, you reckon?
maybe like
Stumped you, hey?
yeah, how about you? Like, sorry.
Look,
I've
I was
gotta
thinking
think.
like work, but I was also
Work.
thinking fear of just failure as well.
Yeah.
Because work in my age is
Yeah.
pretty big. Like, I'll give you an example. Look, maybe we might go down the work path a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll try and link it to fear.
Or just like commitments.
Professionals coming on here right now.
Or like commitments or routine. Or
Well,
something
yeah,
that.
like listen, like when you start working full time, your time becomes very heavily restricted.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of people, like, let's just say, you work 9 to 5, right? A lot of people, they might have to commute to work and it's tough and, they've had such a big day at work and they're absolutely exhausted, right? So that's a bit of an age difference between us.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit, well, not a little bit lucky, but I work kind of like split shifts just because of my career as a PT.
Yeah.
But like, that's big. But I think the biggest thing for work is just what I've noticed working is just fear of just failing a job, fear of the high expectations. But I think the biggest one was fear of asking for a raise.
Yeah.
I learned this very quickly when I started working full time.
That does sound scary.
It is, yeah, going up to your, because like you've been hired, like they're expecting you to kill it, like all those pressures are big. And then it comes back to, shit, what if I fail? What if I don't live up to the hype?
Yeah.
And I think, and we can kind of link this to both our ages. I think because a lot of my clients as well, obviously have started new jobs or gone through something like that. And what I tell them is just take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
Just learn the basics. Okay? Because as you start to get better, it will just naturally come.
Exactly.
And then you can go for something a little bit harder. And then something a little bit harder. I think the biggest thing is don't put pressure on yourself.
And I find some people when they approach things like that with
Yeah.
asking for
For
a
a raise,
raise
yeah,
or
big.
asking for feedback or
Yeah.
all these things, they're like they're scared it'll be awkward after.
Yeah.
And I find that's
Fear of
very
the relationship.
yeah, that's
destroying.
very prominent in people my age. It's like, oh, like should I say hi or is that awkward or like whatever? And I live by this rule, and I say this all the time. It's only awkward if you make it awkward.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just
100%.
it.
Hey, fear of awkwardness.
Fear of awkwardness.
I think coming back to that's a great point. I think coming back to the fear of asking for a raise, that's big because I think people just sit around and go, you know what, he's gonna come to me, he's gonna come to me,
Yeah.
or she's gonna come to me,
Yeah.
or they're gonna come to me, and they'll give me the raise.
But it comes
And
back
then
to that.
6 months go by,
Yeah.
1 year goes by, 2 years go by, 3 years go, 10 years go, and you're in the same spot, getting paid the same amount, probably doing the same work. And you know what? That comes back to just being a bit older and having the rat race.
That's scary.
And you know what? To be fair,
That's
some
scary.
people love that. Some people are happy with that. Some people are happy to go do their 9 to 5
Yeah.
and they leave it at that. But I think, you know, again, James Smith, How to Be Confident. Great read. I recently asked for a raise.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
How'd that go?
I got the raise.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
I did.
Congrats.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. And I asked for a few other roles, and I got those roles too, so I got a lot more responsibility, which is great. But I like to think of myself as, if you're going to try something, if you're going to be in a role, you got to give it your best shot.
So what was it like?
The
What-
build
did
up.
you-
Oh, I was shitting my pants. I was in fear. I was just like, he's going to say no. He's going to be like, you're an idiot. And then the snowball effect kept rolling. I was like, I don't want to do this meeting. I can't ask him. And then I was like, you know what? Screw it. If he says no, he says no. And you
Yeah.
know what? That's okay. So
So-
what I did, here we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, this is a story
There
time.
we go.
So I went into his office. I said, hey, is it okay if we have a quick meeting? You know, because everyone can see each other's like schedules. It's
Yeah.
like, I saw that you had 30 minutes, but if you're busy or, you know, you're doing anything, that's all good. And he goes, and I saw him just playing on his phone on Facebook.
Did you plan it?
Well,
Like,
this is
if
the
he was
thing.
in a good mood or like.
Oh, man, I don't know. I didn't plan that. Sorry, guys. Can't have you insight on that. I think the biggest thing, just briefly going on that, is just know your boss.
No, your boss.
Know your
Yeah.
boss. Just know what they like, what they don't like, how the schedules are. It makes life a lot easier. Put something in writing too, via an email. Yeah, so I said, hey, can we have a quick chat? So I sat him in the room. And
You
he
sat
goes,
him down.
oh, yeah,
Damn.
get down right now.
I want to raise.
And that was it. He gave it to me. So, yeah, so we both sat down and he goes, hey, what's up? Is there anything on your mind? I was like, before we start, listen, I think, you know, I don't just see you as a boss. I see you as a mentor. I think you're a great guy. You know, I really appreciate you just, you know, every time I come for feedback and anything, you're always giving me 100%. So I really appreciate that.
That was very nice.
Yeah, you know, I was like,
Started it positive.
yeah, and I think he knew what was coming.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not an idiot. I don't think any boss is an idiot in that state. But I was like, you know, listen, I think, you know, I've been really, really working hard and this and that. And I didn't just leave it at that. So I brought up a whole document and gave reasons why.
Yeah.
And like evidence at the end of the day.
Improved it, yeah.
Yeah, I said, look, this is how I've improved this. This is how I've kept this person here. And this is how I've made this better. So I backed myself. Right. I didn't just go in there and say, like, yeah, I'm working so hard and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he could
gotta
just
earn
turn
it.
around. Yeah. And go, actually, where's the proof?
Yeah, and it's not even that. He might go, oh, well, this guy, he's working just as hard as you.
Yeah, he's doing this, he's in the same role, doing the same
Why
things.
should I give you it? And
Yeah.
you backed yourself. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Well, and the whole time I was doing it, I was scared, 100%.
Yeah.
And then, we back and forth, and I was like, well, if you give me a raise, this is what I can offer, this is what I can do better. And I planned it out,
Yeah.
right? But that was confidence. That whole thing was confidence. And the fear of failure was there the whole time. The
Yeah.
fear of failure was from the minute I started planning the kind of, I suppose, like document to prove.
Yeah.
And the fear was still there at the end when he said yes.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing that got me through it was just, what if he said yes?
Exactly.
What if he says yes? And if he says no, what can I do next time to get that raise? Or
Exactly.
to better present it?
Or get the feedback in.
Yeah. If I let fear take over, do you reckon I would have got that raise?
No.
No. I would have been probably sitting there for a long time.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's a big take-home message is obviously there's other things you can ask for at work as well.
Yeah.
Right? But what if they say yes? Right? It's pretty big.
Congrats on the raise, man.
Yeah,
That's
I know,
awesome.
man. I'm balling.
Yeah.
Nah.
Same.
It's a lie. It's all a lie.
But yeah, no. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That caught me off surprise. I didn't even
Yeah.
know about that.
Yeah.
Because usually, like, you tell me that stuff. Oh, I got a job, or
I was
did
hiding it
this,
from you on
so-
purpose.
there you go.
I brought it out. I brought like three things out today. That
Exactly.
just stumped you.
Yeah.
What's one take-home message we can quickly give the listeners?
Be yourself.
Yeah,
Exactly. Just put yourself out there. Trial and error. Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
What
Don't
can
be
I do
afraid to
better?
make mistakes.
Exactly.
Right? Do you think we got here without making a few mistakes? I mean, it's the second episode, but
Yeah.
everyone, just stop getting ahead of
I
yourselves.
mean, we have. We've made mistakes.
Yeah. Did we go back and go, you know what do we do wrong? What can we do better?
Well, we look back at the footage and go, okay, let's do this, let's do that. Or,
and I reckon right now when we go back and watch this, we're going to be like, shit, that was bad.
maybe.
Maybe. If it's made it, it's made it.
It's
and
made
you'll know.
I think this is a good episode. I think we covered a lot. It's such a broad topic.
Yeah.
And I felt like we definitely approached it well.
Yeah.
And,
I think we definitely offered
covered
great insight.
insight. Yeah. Yeah.
Every time we say that word. Offered great insight, some strategies, and some personal stories.
Absolutely.
Right. I think one thing I would love to leave everybody is be confident. Back
100%.
yourself. Because at the end of the day, we're all gonna perish.
Exactly.
Why wait around?
Exactly. Make a difference.
Like when we started this, obviously it was a bit of a joke. I was like, oh, we should do a podcast.
Yeah.
But was there fear in doing it?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
100% there was. And right now, look at us.
Yeah, and I think we both subconsciously came to that where it's like, well, what happens if this did go well?
Yeah.
Oh, what happens if we did help someone? What and even if we don't achieve our goals or whatever, it's still fun.
We tried.
We tried.
We gave it our best shot.
We gave it our best shot, and
Yeah. I don't see I think a big fear for me when I was starting this was, oh my god, my friends are gonna judge the shit out of me.
Yeah.
They're gonna come up and be like, you're an idiot, man. Yeah. You're so dumb.
especially for
And-
me at school.
Yeah, bro, you
Like,
gotta go to school. At least I'm at work, man. I see my mates like on the weekends or whatever. They
Exactly.
can give it to me then. But like, this is interesting. You told me before the podcast. You told one of your mates, and what did they say?
Oh yeah, they encouraged it. 100%.
And I bet were you thinking that mate was probably gonna say something bad or laugh at you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what if? They
Maybe he was
say
lying.
it? Maybe he was lying. Yeah, he was just been a good friend.
Yeah, maybe he was like to his, to someone else. Oh, bro.
Bevan's being an idiot.
But yeah, no, they were very encouraging, and I'm here, episode 2.
Episode 2.
So yeah, it's good.
Is that friend group? Is friend group a third episode?
Yeah, honestly, like I feel like that's good.
How
just
friends
how to
influence you.
how to identify good friends,
Bad friends.
bad friends,
Fake friends.
Exactly.
Well, have you heard that saying is, the 5 people you spend the most time with, you will pretty much become them. So
Yeah.
there's this, I think it was something along that.
Yeah.
It's if you hang out with 4 millionaires,
Come the 5th.
you become the 5th.
I need some millionaire friends. That's what I do.
Man, I got a raise,
Yeah.
Oh, not millions of raise, but but yeah. Take home message is, it's okay to have fear, right? I think it's what you do to handle that fear.
Yeah.
Come back to that, back yourself, learn from the fear of feeling, obviously the fear, but learn from the failures as well. I think is really,
Exactly.
really big.
And even just getting an insight on
There it is again.
what fear is, like, because that definition honestly surprised me.
Yeah, because I read the real part. I was like, oh yeah, real fear. And then
Yeah.
imagine, I was like, wow, that hit
Exactly.
me pretty hard. But anyways, the Insightful Brothers signing off. Bevan,
Yeah. See ya.
see ya.